For each influencer who is loved by the masses, there are just as many who are despised. Starting with Mike Van Wyck, who is the textbook definition of roid rage. Mike started his fitness journey with the simple goal of getting bigger to play sports. But as he spent more time in the gym, he realized his passion for bodybuilding and focused on getting as big as possible. After doing a couple of shows in Boston, Mike went back to Canada where he became an IFBB certified bodybuilder. But following a few injuries, Mike decided to take his talents to the gym where he vowed to help other people achieve their goals. However, there was something that always irked Mike, and it was apparent from a video he posted back in 2022 titled My Story. In the video, Mike talked about several things, one of which being what was the thing he hated the most.
The biggest misconceptions are kind of like my mission statement when it comes to training. It's like I want to eliminate all the, I'll try and keep it PG because I don't know who's watching this, but all the fluff from the industry and these fake frauds who are claiming that they know this, they know that. They do the tagline science-based behind everything or like whatever it might be. But literally none of them move properly.
And by October 2024, Mike got into an online spat with another.
Okay, so basically, this guy just doesn't really like science based stuff because maybe he just thinks that they're bullshit, this and that. But for me, I think science based working out or training is just to avoid injury as much as possible.
Fitness influencer who worked out at his gym, Jeff Nippard. Mike's point remained consistent throughout the years that science based lifters didn't know what they were talking about. While the controversy fundamentally stemmed from a disagreement between training styles, Jeff came out of the situation as the level headed person, as he responded with a video posted on his YouTube channel. Mike, on the other hand, thought physical assault was the way to clear up this argument. And despite a number of people trying to talk some sense into Mike, he continued to bully Jeff and even pushed another member of his crew to the side. The situation left Jeff Nippard in the hospital, but people around the internet united against Mike's roid rage and called him out for being out of control. Mike responded by playing the victim and using all the attention he was getting to promote his merch. Comments everywhere were clowning Mike, saying, "Here is an example of displaying aggression out of fear that someone smaller than you is wildly more successful." And, "If Mike is so confident."
Looking at the first comment over there, I think that is the case for Mike because he's so big and so muscular that even someone natural, smaller than him, and even more successful than him can stay calm while he is just raging out at that smaller guy, which is insane.
About his training methods, then why would he feel insecure about science-based training styles and need steroids to make up for his lack of results? Following the incident, Jeff Nippard pressed charges, and a large group of fans came out to support his decision, including many other popular fitness influencers. And it's no surprise considering Jeff Nippard is one of the most followed fitness influencers on the internet. With over 6 million subscribers on YouTube, Jeff Nippard is one of the biggest science-based influencers on the internet. But growing up, Jeff had different dreams. As a kid, he wanted to be an NBA player, taking inspiration from NBA legend Allen Iverson. But as he grew older, he realized that it was incredibly difficult to make it pro as a 5'5" athlete. So he changed his goals and found a passion for powerlifting. By 2012, Jeff earned the title of Mr. Junior Canada for natural bodybuilding, and later went on to hold the Canadian national record for a bench press in 2014. And by that time, Jeff had seen a gap in the content space for people looking for a science-based approach towards bodybuilding, which was something that suited his personality more.
To make it a little bit less personal and a little more informative.
Yeah,
and
so-
that matches much better with my personality too.
Yeah.
Like I can do my training if I want to post that on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. Then I can do that. The people who want to keep up with my stuff. But then for most people, I would rather just be seen as like an educator.
With a Bachelor of Science degree in biochemistry, Jeff was perfectly equipped with the right tools to add a layer of scientific insight to his routines. And people loved it, calling him way more legit than most YouTube fitness bros, and saying, if you're looking for science-based approaches to bodybuilding, he is S tier. His videos now average millions of views per upload, with grateful fans who appreciate his content that has helped him start their fitness journey and stay motivated to achieve their goals. And during his beef with Mike, people sided with Jeff mainly due to the fact that he doesn't pretend like he has all the answers. Jeff might have some controversial takes for some, but he always remains respectful towards everyone. However, unlike Jeff, Vegan Gains, aka Richard, is one of the most hated fitness influencers on the internet. Richard gained most of his social media following through posting highly controversial videos which involved him promoting veganism in an extreme way, or just saying the most unhinged stuff you could find anywhere.
When I see babies in a commercial, I start to gag and almost throw up, and I have to look away and mute it. And when I see babies in a stroller, especially when they're crying, I just want to put my foot through the thing and step on.
Basically, his entire brand was to explain how his way or style was better than the rest. And if you didn't follow it, you deserve everything bad that comes your way. A good example of this psychotic behavior came when another fitness YouTuber, Furious Pete, uploaded a video talking about his struggles with cancer. Now, Furious Pete had already shared his views on veganism and how he felt that the community around it was incredibly toxic. So, after he uploaded his video about cancer, Vegan Gains uploaded a sarcastic video where he blamed Pete's lifestyle choices for his cancer, which, ironically, proved Pete's point about the vegan community.
And it seems I was correct because Pete got cancer again. Oh, so sad. And before you all start calling me a sociopath as some sort of attempt to insult me, how about you consider the fact that Furious Pete makes fun of the suffering and death of the animals he eats on a daily basis. So I don't see why I shouldn't make a joke about his suffering and death. So who would like a, haha, you're gonna die of cancer t-shirt?
Richard got a lot of backlash for this insane video. But as the
Okay, looking at how much he have grown in strength and size since I first saw his video is insane if he just eats vegetables, because you cannot get so big without eating the like protein. I mean, you can get protein by being a vegan, by eating tofu or anything, but it just doesn't make sense. It's not logical and it's not natural. Like, look at the size of this guy. He is smaller than most other influencers, but he is still quite a big size for a vegan that is working out, which is insane.
proclaimed sociopath that he is, his story just gets much worse. In 2015, Richard received a lot of criticism after his grandfather collapsed due to a heart attack.
Look at this. Striations and the bicep definition is crazy. I can't even do that being a non-vegan, working out, having a good diet, because I just started working out a few months ago, which this could be logical to some people, but to me it doesn't look natural. And if you guys think that this is something that I am describing wrongly or just criticizing this guy, you can just leave it down in the comments. I'll read it. I'm a very free person. I don't have much things to do in a day. Just do it.
What was psychotic was the fact that Richard's first response was to record him and upload the video on YouTube to show the impacts of having a bad diet.
Anyway, I was planning on showing you guys footage of my grandfather actually having the heart attack. As soon as the paramedics got to the house, I took out my camera and started filming. But a bunch of people in my family, my mom, my grandmother, uncles, shit like that, they threw a big fucking fit about me showing that footage on YouTube. They're perfectly fucking fine with eating foods that cause fucking heart disease and make people actually die of.
Okay, so this basically disproves his point of him not being a sociopath. His own grandfather, blood related family, he still thinks that it is fine to just record it and put it onto YouTube and just saying that his family feels that it's fine to eat stuff that is causing heart attacks and death. But death comes naturally. Heart attacks is just an a natural way of someone having a bad diet, not just by eating meat. Maybe his activity wise is not very good, or because he's already old enough. Like, this is his grandfather we're talking about, which is also tragic, but he doesn't seem like it's tragic to him. Look at his face. He he's just the definition of a sociopath than anyone else on YouTube to me.
fucking heart attacks. But when it comes to actually showing people what happens when they eat these foods, that's just too much.
The whole situation was utterly bizarre, and Richard came off as a soulless monster, as many of the comments told him that. However, the worst thing Richard could have done for his YouTube career was pick a fight with one of the biggest commentary channels on YouTube, Penguin Zero. And it's odd, considering the whole thing began after Charlie uploaded a video calling out a South Korean mukbang channel for torturing living animals for content. It was especially odd, considering this should have been something Richard agreed with, but he found a
Okay, so Penguin Zero, his real name is Charlie, if I'm not wrong. And this guy is a very good dude. I have collabed with him, but it's not really in a video. It's on my channel that got banned for some ridiculous reasons. But he always speaks the truth. And even if someone like criticizes him or scolds him or whatever, he still keeps calm and composed and just lightly just go back and forth. Like in another video where he just describes clips and magazines are two different things, which they are.
way to criticize Charlie.
So I find it interesting that Penguin will complain about So Young abusing, torturing, and murdering these sentient animals, these very intelligent animals, by the way, like octopi and squid, but he's totally fine with abusing, torturing, and murdering other very intelligent animals, in the meat industry.
Charlie responded by saying Vegan Gains was doing way more harm to the vegan community by pulling stunts like these.
This is the worst way of ever getting anyone to convert to that belief. By constantly antagonizing them and throwing insults to anyone that is not already a vegan ensures that they will never take it seriously and always have a negative impression of your beliefs.
And now, many years later, it's no surprise that Richard doesn't have an audience anymore. His antics have not only made people hate him, but even vegans have distanced themselves from his extreme views. And while Vegan Gains has proven time and again that he's a deranged sociopath, Joey Swole is like the kind big brother of the online fitness community. It's hard to believe that the CEO of positivity in the fitness community was once hopeless with no sign of a way out. In a tweet posted in 2023, Joey mentioned how in 2020 he was addicted to opioids and had suicidal tendencies. But ever since, he's changed his life and grown on multiple platforms to build a community of millions of people who love his content. But Joey isn't like your usual fitness content creators. While others focus on getting you the best exercises for your workout routine, Joey takes his time calling out entitled and disrespectful people who think the gym is their personal property. A lot of these toxic people were getting way too comfortable posting videos like these.
What?
I will never understand why, when people see somebody doing an exercise that they don't do or they don't understand, feel the need to judge them or make fun of them or take a video of them.
Thinking they would get away with it by playing the victim on TikTok. However, all of that changed when Joey Swole arrived on the scene. With the rise of clout chasers looking to embarrass people in the gym for views, Joey acts as the voice of reason and shuts down people like this.
You put your phone on a dumbbell rack, then get upset with people when they walk in your video trying to grab some weights? Seriously? I'm sorry. You don't own the gym, and when you're filming, you're the inconvenience, not the people that are trying to work out.
Joey has gained a lot of popularity with his videos, and fans really appreciate the change he's brought to.
I agree with Joey, but also at the same time, I kind of feel like I disagree because I also film in the gym, and sometimes it's just very, very hard to find a good spot to set up your camera without anyone disturbing you. Because the gym most of the time is crowded unless you have a personal gym, which you use yourself, and that's fine. But if you're using a public gym, you shouldn't get angry at people that walk in the middle of your video, because, it's public, so everyone has free will. They can do whatever they want. But in the gym, most people don't really bring a tripod or camera unless they are like someone like Jesse James West, which is one of my favorite influencers even till now, which is crazy. And Joey Swole is actually a guy that has respectable fans because he's trying to say that the gym, as what I pointed out, is a public space. So when you film, you're causing inconvenience to the people that wants to grab the dumbbells in front of your camera because they will block the whole view.
Gym culture. And while Joey Swole continues to gain followers for each new video, Dylan McKnight lost his entire audience after posting.
Yeah, and Joey Swole says that he's natural, he's clean. Looking at his veins, his size, I don't really think he is really that much of a clean person because I myself don't take steroids. I have been working out for a few months, which is quite less if I want to see massive changes. But I also see like Brownie, he's a calisthenics athlete, and Jesse James West. They all don't take steroids, but they are youth like fitness influencers that work out for quite a long time. This guy is like as old as my dad by this point, so this is unnatural.
Posting one video. After starting out doing parkour videos in 2016, Dylan was on the rise thanks to his likable personality and his understanding of what it took to grow an audience on YouTube. He would regularly react to his fans' videos while hosting Q&A sessions answering questions. With a growing audience, Dylan had also been working out behind the scenes, and once he gained muscle, his following skyrocketed. The major selling point on his channel was the fact that Dylan had completely transformed his body in the span of a single year. However, many believe that this kind of transformation just wasn't possible naturally. His physique was a topic of discussion throughout the internet, with fans and content creators not sure whether this man had gone through the greatest transformation ever, or if he was just another scam artist. The discussion lasted a few years until December 23, 2023, when Dylan posted a video titled, "Why I Took Steroids and Lied About It."
I never asked to be pedestalized. I never asked for any of that. So I want to make it very clear. In this video, I will not be apologizing for a mistake I made. I'm simply owning up to that mistake and taking accountability.
Okay, so you're owning up to it, but it is a mistake. And have you not learned in school that if you make a mistake, you should correct it, you should apologize, and this and that, blah 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 shit? But I mean, you are a big kid already. I understand that apologizing maybe feel like embarrassing. Just apologize to your friends for lying, okay? I'm not asking for much.
As a man. And that is why you will not hear me say sorry today. Because the truth of the matter is, right?
First of all, you said you won't say sorry today. You just said sorry by saying that sentence. It just doesn't make sense.
Is this making this video right now is debatably one of the most selfless things I have ever done in my entire life.
Now, YouTube is full of some terrible.
Okay, wait. You are not being selfless, you're being selfish. You want to keep your internet fame, but in the end, you didn't. You lost popularity everywhere. Okay, so you're not being selfless, you're being selfish. Selfless is those people that own up to their mistake, open up to their mistake, and not keep it a secret and just say, oh, I'm being selfless. Because by saying that, you're selfish as fuck.
apology videos, but this might be right up there as being one of the worst.
I don't know why I did it. I was just a stupid kid. I had a tough time growing up. I just never really felt like I was enough.
Tough time growing up? Buddy, I grew up with you in the same town. We used to be best buddies until you started YouTube. You did not have a rough childhood, buddy. I had a rough childhood. I have a rougher childhood than you did. You big fat piece of shit.
I think that's why I got into social media in the first place. To get that attention that I never.
You got into social media because you wanted to be a YouTuber since a kid. Everyone said that you couldn't do it, but you proved everyone wrong, and now you are just being this piece of shit, basically.
Got. And what did I do once I got that attention? I lied to you all, but I hope in time that you can forgive me.
Probably because Dylan didn't actually apologize to anyone. He simply said he was going to take accountability for his actions and move on, while actively trying to gaslight his audience into believing that the years Dylan spent convincing viewers that they could achieve a physique like his wasn't just him profiting off of insecure men by selling them a lie. The comments were not kind to Dylan, saying stuff like, "Don't worry, Dylan, I never looked up to you and knew you were lying from the beginning," and begging for sympathy, patting yourself on the back the whole time, deflecting, gaslighting.
Okay, Dylan was just trying to make himself feel good, but also trying to make up for his mistake. You two are just being degenerate piece of shits. Okay?
Great apology video, bro. And the most hypocritical part about all of this is how comfortably Dylan lied to everyone with a straight face. Like,
Okay, that's it for today's video. If you want a part 2, I'll create a part 2. If not, this is the end. Thank you for watching and see you next time.